Welcome to Navik TV!
Para sa ating trending balita ngayon, ngayong araw na to ay binawi ng Kamara ang pagpasa sa second reading ng Bill 6732 o yung Provisional Franchise Bill ng ABS CBN na isinusulong ni House Speaker Cayetano. Ito ay pagkatapos umani ng maraming komento at batikos dahil di umano'y labag sa batas ang naging proseso ng pagpasa ng naturang panukala. Ano nga po bang nakasulat sa ating saligang batas, Atty. doon?
Sinasabi ng konstitusyon, hindi ng House Rules lang hindi ng patakaran ng Kongreso, kundi ng konstitusyon na ang isang bill ay dapat magdaan sa 3 readings on separate days. Ibig sabihin, pag final mo yan, hindi mo yan agad dapat na ipresenta sa plenaryo. Kasi ang kailangan mangyari dyan, bibigyan muna ng kopya ang lahat ng mga congressman na mabasa ang panukala na bill o batas at upang mabigyan sila ng tamang pagkakataon at panahon upang mapag-aralan at makapagbigay ng kanilang mga diskurso o kanilang pagtutol o kanilang pagsang-ayon o yung kanilang mga gustong ilagay dyan sa batas na yan.
Ganun po pala yun, Atty. Gadon. Salamat po sa pagpapaliwanag. Pakinggan naman po natin ang Kamara.
Mr. Speaker, last Wednesday, May 13, 2020, House Bill number 6732 was reported to the Committee on Rules on first reading and was subsequently approved on second reading on the same day. Records show that the House have in the past made use of the same procedure and that, in fact, one of the bills on the 10th Congress was actually enacted into law. And however, due to request of our members who wish to make some additional interpellations and amendments, possible amendments on the bill, let me make this of record, Mr. Speaker, that at any time the House can approve this bill, House Bill number 6732, on third reading, but because of the insistence of our colleagues to interpolate further on the matter, I move that we reconsider approval on second reading of House Bill number 6732.
Any objection? The chair is none. The reconsideration on approval of on second reading of House Bill 6732 is hereby approved.
Mr. Speaker, I also move that we reconsider the termination of the period of amendments.
Any objection? Hearing none, the termination of period of amendments being considered.
Likewise, Mr. Speaker, I move that we reconsider the termination of the period of sponsorship and debate.
Any objection? The chair is none. The termination of period of sponsorship and debate is approved.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we reconsider House Bill number 6732 and open the period of interpellation.
Any objection? The chair is none. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read the title of House Bill 6732 for consideration on second reading and for opening on sponsorship and debate.
Sponsorship and debate.
Ito naman ang pahayag ni Atty. Lagman sa issue na ito.
Now that there is finally a positive action by the House on the ABS CBN franchise, we must make sure that the passage of House Bill 6732 granting the network an interim or provisional franchise must be free of any constitutional defect. Exigency or even good motives cannot excuse or validate the repetition of an unconstitutional act or procedure. The Constitution under Section 26, Paragraph 2 of Article 6 unequivocally provides that no bill, and I quote, shall become a law unless it has passed 3 readings on separate days, unless the President certifies to the necessity of its immediate enactment to meet a public calamity or emergency. House Bill number 6732, whose enactment was not certified as urgent by President Rodrigo Duterte, was passed on first and second readings on the same day May 13, 2020, in violation of the said constitutional requirement. The only timely and viable solution to save HB 6732 from constitutional infirmity is to reconsider its approval last May 13, 2020, so that it could be passed validly today, May 18, 2020, or a subsequent day, which is a separate session day, consistent with the requirement of the Constitution. The presidential spokesperson, Harry Roque, previously announced that the President is inclined to sign or approve a bill on the extension of the ABS franchise, or even a provision on a temporary or interim franchise, provided that it has no constitutional defects. Consequently, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, there is need to remove any cloud of doubt on the constitutionality of the passage of House Bill number 6732 to foreclose any reason for a presidential veto. Another ground for reconsideration is to enable the plenary to reopen the period of amendments to accommodate a longer effectivity of the provisional franchise for at least 1 year or sometime up to July 2021, as suggested by some senators. This compromise will preclude a lengthy and contentious bicameral conference which may derail the enactment of the provisional franchise and prolong the closure of ABS CBN.
Ito naman ang naging tugon ni Deputy Speaker Raymond Villafuerte sa pahayag ni Honorable Edcel Lagman. Pakinggan po natin.
The procedures that happened in the passage of the first and second reading is constitutional. It's not defective for the following reasons. First, it has due precedence. During the 10th Congress, House Joint Resolution 011 approving the transfer of the controlling interest in the stock holdings of the Multimedia Telephony Inc. was taken up on first and second reading on the same day. Likewise, in the 10th Congress, House Joint Resolution 15 creating a congressional commission to review and assess the state of Philippine labor in the light of the implementation of the Manila Action Plan was taken up the first and second reading on December 2, 1996, the same day, Your Honors. Another precedence was on the 10th Congress, House Joint Resolution 21, foregoing the immediate requirement of publication of infrastructure and other projects, programs, and activities before their funds can be released for implementation, was taken up on first and second reading on the same day, which was on May 22, 1997. On House Joint Resolution number 47 during the 14th Congress, was taken up and approved on first and second reading on September 30 of 2009, which is on the same day. We complied with the Constitution. The Constitution clearly says 3 readings on separate days, not 3 separate days. The reason why we are reverting back to second reading is not just because of questions on constitutionality. What we want to do this Congress is to be relevant, responsible, transparent, and open. Since marami pong marami pang amendments na maraming gusto mag-interpolate na hindi po nakapag-interpolate, nakapropose ng amendment during the last hearing, these are also one of the reasons why we're reverting back. So, transparency po, due process, fairness is the main reason, not because there's question of constitutionality. With regard to the question of the distinguished gentleman from Albay, kung anong possible amendments, all amendments are free to be heard. All amendments will be heard at this point in time. However, with regards to approving them, again, it is for the body to decide. And ako po, as a sponsor of 6732, I'm willing to listen to whatever amendments any member of Congress this August Hall is willing to throw at us. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Napakinggan nga po natin ang pahayag ni Speaker Villafuerte, ang nag-sponsor ng Bill 6732. Ano po ang opinion niyo dito? Please write your comments below. Thank you for watching and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel.